Yada, I'm back and I'm going over the books that I've read in the month of July. The first book I read was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Now, I don't have this book in here because I loaned it to someone to read. This book was really good. It was like the first book that made me cry in a long, long time. Um, it's about this girl named Star. She grew up in a bad neighborhood, so her parents enrolled her into a better school across town, and she witnessed her childhood friend getting killed by the police. And I mean, just she was devastated. It's riots break out. People, you know, trying to take the defense of the police officer, trying to say, oh, he was a drug dealer, trying to make it, give it a good reason of why this cop shot him. And she is scared and trying to figure out, should she speak up or should she keep quiet? So this is a tale of how that all, how that tale spins. And it was really, really good. This is about, I think this is being made into a movie if I'm not mistaken. But it's The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and it was really, really good. The next book I read, book I got from the Book of the Month Club, was The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. This book was really good. I really enjoyed this book. This is about Stella Lane. She has Asperger's. Am I saying that word right? Asperger's. She is a oh my goodness. Let me just read it because I'm getting fumbled. Stella Lane comes up with algorithms to predict customer purchases, a job that has given her more money than she knows what to do with, and way less experience in the dating department than the average 30-year-old. So Stella decides to hire an escort to teach her experience, and so in the midst of this they fall in love. And so this is a tale of, just her trying to find herself, find love, and trying to balance everything out. So this was a really, really cute book. I think I gave this a 5 because I really, really love this book. I gave The Hate You Give a 5 as well. I really, really enjoyed this book. I can see myself definitely rereading this in the future. From Twinkle with Love is a book that I got from my Owl Crate box. I didn't love this and I didn't hate it. Twinkle, Twinkle, Twinkle. Twinkle Mara has stories she wants to tell, and the universe she wants to explore. If only the world would listen. So when fellow film geek Sahil Roy approaches her to direct a movie for an upcoming Midsummer Night Arts Festival, Twinkle is all over it. The chance to publicly showcase her voice as a director, dream comes true. The fact that it gets her closer to a longtime crush, Neil Roy, aka Sahil's twin brother, comes true times 2. Now, she has a crush on one twin, but basically teams up with his twin brother, and starts, having a crush on him. But then at the same time, she has a secret admirer that she thinks is a twin that she's had a long time crush on. So it's kind of confusing for her, and she's trying to get this film made. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Like I said, I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. It was just, I think I gave this book a 3 out of 5. Next book was The Philosopher's Flight. I got this from the Book of the Month Club. I gave this book a 3 out of 5. Again, it's another book I didn't love and I didn't hate. It was a slow read, and I don't think I would read this again at all. Like I said, it was interesting. That's why I don't hate it. It was interesting, but I don't love it. It's about this man, Robert Weeks, who wants to be a U.S. Sigillary Corpse Rescue, and this is a women's field dominated by women. There's no man, who does this, and no one thinks it is possible. But this is his dream. He gets accepted into this school called Radcliffe, and he gets a scholarship to study philosophy. And so he, against all odds, he accomplishes his goals, but there is a lot of unfortunate events before actually getting there. So, yeah, this is interesting. It's very interesting. But, yeah, like I said, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I gave it a 3 out of 5. The next book I read is How to Love a Jamaican by Alexia Arthurs. I got this out of a call number book club subscription book club, and I did not enjoy this book at all. I gave this book a 2 out of 5. This is a book of short stories, of different short stories put together. But what I didn't like is none of them ended well, and it just kind of left you like, that's it. And it jumped around like one person's telling a story, and then it jumps to another person telling a story, and it's kind of confusing because you think one person talking, then it's another person talking. It was just really hard to follow along while I was reading it, and I didn't like it. So yeah, I didn't like that. I gave that 2 out of 5. On my audio, I had listened to the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. I'm sure everyone knows what Harry Potter is about. I also purchased this as well. So this is the hard copy, but I listened to this audio. I am determined to listen to all of Harry Potter on audio because I have already read the series, and listening to the audio I like it a lot. So that's what I listened to on audio. Of course, I gave that a 5 out of 5 because I love Harry Potter. No, actually, I'll take that back. I may have given that a 4. I may have given that one a 4. I don't know. It was one of them. Next one I read was The Undead Girl Game. Now, I think I gave this possibly a 4 out of 5. This is about a girl named, I have a bad memory, Riley. And was that her name? And no, Riley is her friend Mila. Mila's best friend Riley and two other girls from the school, they died. There are two of them, the two mean girls. They're found hung from a tree, hung, however you say that word. And her friend Riley is found in the creek. Now, the sheriff department, everybody thinks these were suicide, like a suicide pact or whatever. Because first the two girls were found hanged, so they think it was a suicide pact because they were found together. And then Riley turns up dead. She turns up dead. Like, she went missing after the girl's funeral, and then she was found in the creek. So everybody thinks this is a suicide. But Mila doesn't believe that. So she comes across this grimoire and casts a spell to bring Mila back to life, but she accidentally brought the other girls back to life too. And so they have 7 days to be alive and to figure out who murdered them and figure out what really happened. And I didn't like the fact that the killer ended up being somebody I didn't want it to be. So that's all I'm gonna say. I didn't like that because I was rooting for this person, and then they end up being the villain of the story. So yeah, that was kind of disappointing. But this is by Lily Anderson, Undead Girl Game. And this cover is amazing. Like, I love it. I said in another video, I bought this for the cover, and I really did. But I buy most of my books for the cover. Okay, right now, I started this in July, and I'm still reading this. It is Becoming Jane Eyre by Sheila Kohler, and this book is about what is this about? This is about Charlotte Bronte and her sisters. The author of Sheila has written a book, a fiction book, about Charlotte as she's writing Jane Eyre. So all this is fiction, but this is a story about them. And I'm also started, what do you call it? Left Behind 2. No, Before They Were Left Behind Part 2. Before They Were Left Behind is prequels to Left Behind. And this was book 2. Now I've already read this, listened to this before on audio. Because the Left Behind series, it was introduced to me on audio. So that's the only way that I listen to. It's the only way that I read it, on audio. Because it just sounds amazing. And this was Before They Were Left Behind. This is book 2. Like I said, I've already read this before. And it's about... The prequels are about how Nikolai, Carpathia, and Rafe, and Cameron, this is how they got their start before everybody was left behind. So this gives you a background on them. I really enjoy this. If you don't know anything about Left Behind, it's about when the rapture takes place and everybody disappears, and these were the people that were left behind. And the series that I'm reading, or just read, is the part 2 of the prequels of Before They Were Left Behind. So I just finished that one. I believe it was yesterday, but I did start that in July. So that is my reads for the month of July. So thank you for taking the time to watch, comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.